was a lot of misunderstanding as to the whole principle, and I think persons saw it only from a criminal point of view, and we were saying a limited state of emergency does not only apply for criminal activities but for general police operations. What I was using as a template, that you can have an incident. It could be a man-made incident, it could be a natural disaster, it could be something that is happening in an area and you want to restrict movement in that area. But I think persons get carried away with not having the full picture, and then it became a public debate as if we were turning the country into a crime state, and that was nowhere the thought coming from the police force. We were saying, take for instance, you have a tsunami situation and you want to close off an area, that it can exclusively be handled by first responders. You want that. God forbid you have something like a plane crash in an area and you want to restrict persons from going in and going out from that area. Or, yes, you might have a situation of a crime surge in that area. Yes, things like that. But it was not a police state we were trying to form. It was not trying to say Antigua in a crisis. We were saying if you have those legislation in place, if something happened, you do not have to run and find the governor to declare a state of emergency or those kind of things. That you could have something that you could immediately respond and be effective in the operation. So that is where it got kind of twisted, thinking it was a police state, but we have no intention to turn beautiful Antigua into a police state.
Are you still pushing for that recommendation, or have you abandoned the idea?
I wouldn't say I abandoned it. Something we can look at again, for now. Because I think there is merit for it. Because you can have a man-made disaster or a natural disaster, and you need all your first responders unhindered, to operate and to be effective to address the problem. So when it comes to those kind of things, I would continue to pursue that. Because you do not want something happen and you have no legislative power to prevent people. Look at how we have it with social media now. And the flood of persons that can come to a scene of a disaster when first responders want to address and assist victims, and then you have nothing that you can compel persons to be away from the area, can be disastrous for the victims and even for the